You are now listening to the Warp World Podcast. Boom shakalaka.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Warp World Podcast, episode 133. I'm Graham Pooh Bear.
134.
This week.
It's 134.
34?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for the week where you mess it up.
It's
Uno,
taken
tres,
133.
quattro. 100. I know. Damn, it happened. Episode 134. They're all blending together. I'm Graham Pooh Bear. Joining me this week, every week, forever and ever. Jakku
Hello.
and X-Water.
Yo.
Gentlemen, how are y'all feeling this week? Tell me about your week. X-Water, what have you been doing?
Still making my progress on the Breath of the Wild 100%. We're 516 seeds in, so we're past the hump. I got the motorcycle. I've done all the DLC. I got a few shrines left, just some Koroks mostly. But apart from that, I've been hot tubbing a lot lately. I've been getting back in the tub, and I've been watching that Netflix contest show, Rhythm and Flow. Have you heard of this?
Yes, good.
It's really good, except for one thing that I fucking hate about it.
Okay.
Is that they have this bullshit thing they're doing where at the end, you know how like at the end of every contest show, they cut a person, obviously, because it's a contest. You got to weasel down to the winner. They save the cutting of the person for the start of the next episode. So like Netflix is trying to debate me into watching it all in one sitting, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm like, so I get to the end of the episode and I'm like, all right, I got to see if like Caleb Colossus or Sam Be Yourself are going home today. And then the episode ends and I'm like, no, I had stuff I have to do. I can't watch another. I think it's bullshit.
Seems so weird.
I hate it.
Yeah, that seems so weird for like Netflix show too, where it's like you could just watch every episode.
Yeah.
So like
you
could just watch the first 2 minutes of the next episode and be like, all right, I got to go.
I don't really like the binging of TV anymore. I felt like I liked it for a while, and now I really like to consume like 1 or 2 episodes at a time and then wait.
It kind of depends. Like, one thing I'll say is like the binging of TV, like through Netflix, like Stranger Things, you can't like talk about it anymore because not everyone's on the same spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you consume it so quick, you can't like. There's no speculation about what's going to happen. It
kills any sort of social aspect outside of it. Like The Mandalorian released week to week, and that had people talking.
Yep.
Yes, I completely agree with that. On the other end, like sometimes I want to just like rock through 6 hours of a television show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to do it.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard. I don't know which one's better.
I really like the way Mandalorian did it because you can rock through it, but just for that first bit, you have to wait for it all to release. So like you have to take the Jakku approach where you just don't watch it until it's all done.
It all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you have to avoid spoilers.
That's
like,
easy.
We just can't. I mean, sure, maybe. You don't stream anymore, Jakku. Everything gets spoiled. Like,
I'm
sure in chat still, but yeah.
You know.
I'm sure with your chat size, there's... Do people do that in your chat, Pooh? Do people, like, you just get random accounts that come in that are like, Snape killed Dumbledore, Snape killed Dumbledore?
Wait, what?
When episode 7 came out, someone made an account called Han Dies in episode 7.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember the password to that account.
Yeah, actually what's pretty funny is like, my mods are actually pretty vigilant about like if I'm excited about anything, they go in and like ban words for spoilers. They like do games and watch other people finish games so I don't get spoiled. Like I have like the best mods in the world.
Diligent. Yeah, that is
I know,
diligent.
because I love my blind. Like I love a blind, you know what I mean? We have a spoiler room in Discord that everyone talks about. So like they are pretty diligent about it generally. I have a few mods who hate it as much as I do. Like, it's funny because like anytime, like I was playing God of War today blind, and just people, I just see like timeout. Like, dude, you fucking joke about telling me a game mechanic. You can tell me a fake game mechanic. Boom, you're getting timed out right there.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm not getting. I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting any sort of spoiler at all. So yeah, I mean, I guess it happens. Like people are always gonna fuck with you. Like there's just. You know, I think it's hard is that most people just think they're, especially like games, they think they're just being helpful. And
It's like when you watch a game, like Dode played Chrono Trigger blind recently. And when I played Chrono Trigger blind, I was getting frustrated with people. I'm like, shut up, stop telling me what to do. If you tell me what to do, I'm going to explicitly not do it. So if you want to see me beat this game, like, shut up, like, kind of thing. Like someone told me about in the end, and this is a spoiler, but whatever, it's Chrono Trigger, it's fine. But in the end, if you use the thief skill, I forget who has it, but if you use the thief skill on like those walls that you fight, you get the stat perma boost items. And so someone in the chat's like, hey, use this move on those guys. And I'm like, you know what? I might have done that. But now that you're like pushing me to do it, we're never going to know. And I did it on the very last one. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But yeah, no, it's when I was watching Dode play, I was like, I so badly just wanted to type into the chat, like, use thunder on the dinosaur, dude. What's wrong with you? Like, I just wanted to tell him so bad. I held back, obviously. So I get the urge, and not ever having streamed, it might be harder to like be aware of how shitty it is to be told the solution to a puzzle or the plot points coming up. I actually saw a tweet about an interesting thing too, is when you're playing a game blind and someone says, oh, this is going to be good. It's like, well, I didn't know something was coming up. And it's like, you can't really get mad at that. But at the same time, it takes away from the buildup because,
it all plays into it.
On the other hand, like when I played Dark Souls first, the first one, everyone was like, "Oh, nice chest is coming ahead," and then when it was boobs, it was hilarious. So like that was like a really funny like I wasn't mad at that one at all, you know, because I thought I was gonna get a weapon, instead I got a pair of titties. So it was great.
Right.
The
Dark Souls community is already like, they have like an unspoken truce of how they do their fake spoilers.
I thought that was super funny. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard. Like I accept as a streamer that there is a certain amount of, what do I want to say, blindness that I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys ever done this? And this is the big brain move. This is when you pretend like you didn't see a spoiler.
Oh yeah.
But you totally did.
You pretend you solved it on your own too. You're like, oh man, I'm smart.
You gotta.
It's like the equivalent of someone in chat drops a great joke and then you just say it out loud and people are like losing it in the chat. Meanwhile, you just stole some dude's joke.
I know.
You're like, stream delay, guys. Stream delay.
I said it first. You know what I mean? I totally didn't see that. Yeah, stream delay is like a second and a half now. You know what I mean? So it's not even like you get it. Everyone believes nowadays.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I use chat delay on my local machine so I don't get spoiled.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Jaco? Have you been spoiled like recently on anything massive?
No. I actually did just finish BoJack Horseman.
Oh, nice.
Spoiler free, so that was pretty good.
And it just ended. Did you start because the series just ended? Like, was that another one of those?
I had seen some stuff throughout because that was hard not to just like have people be like, "Yeah, you gotta watch this." I'm like, "Yeah." But yeah, I didn't watch the last 2 seasons, I believe, until just recently. Mm-hmm. I binged it over the weekend while I was coding.
Nice.
Yeah, that's usually how I take on my media nowadays.
Yeah.
Worked out.
It's the only thing you can't really do that with is anime or Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul, because I feel like that show, I rewatched an episode of that show for whatever reason, Better Call Saul, but like that's a show that like you really can't be doing anything else while watching. Like you have
you gotta pay attention.
There's so much subtlety in the way they film it, and it's much like it's all about like the expose of the way that they're doing the shots and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. What about Sonic coming out this tomorrow? Friday. Yeah. Are you guys worried about spoilers for that at all? Do you have plans to see it?
No, I don't care about spoilers for that, but like
it's Sonic.
I do want to see it. Like I do want to see it, absolutely. But like, I would imagine Dr. Robotnik's going to do something bad and Sonic's going to stop it.
Yeah,
like, that I'm pretty confident about.
Dude, I'm stoked. I feel like Jim Carrey's going to be the best possible Dr. Robotnik they could have got.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's gonna be really good. I saw some of the behind the scene interviews with them and stuff, and like he really took to the role.
Yeah,
he even played the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
But did he play? Do you know which one?
I don't know, but he got beat a lot when they played like versus in it, I guess. So maybe Sonic 2 on
Sonic 2 could be it. Yeah, there's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle maybe.
Because he was playing it with like he was playing games with his I don't know, his nephew or something. And like his nephew was just like, "You're a noob," and he's like, "What? This kid's
like, what does
trash
that
talking me? Yeah, what does that mean?"
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely gonna I want to see the movie. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out tomorrow or anything, but
yeah,
it definitely looks like a
I'm aiming for a Monday watch. I think I'm going to go on Monday because a bunch of my buddies wanted to do a movie on Monday. And I'm like, well, how about this? But Birds of Prey is also out and people want to see that too. And I've
heard it's good.
Yeah,
I've heard it's terrible.
I've heard it's better than Suicide Squad, which the bar isn't like there, but
it has to be better than Suicide. Suicide Squad is like the worst modern superhero.
Yeah, the thing about
I've ever seen.
Birds of Prey is like
sold worse.
The best part of Suicide Squad was Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, like easily.
Yeah,
so
she was very good.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. So I feel like this Birds of Prey is probably gonna be, if it's just more of that, like. They're taking the best piece of a bad movie and expanding it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It bombed apparently at the box office even more from what I heard.
I'm not super surprised because like if you release essentially a follow-up to a movie that people were excited for and that kind of sucked.
It's also like not a reboot, but it is, like it's very weird. Yeah, like it's like a soft reboot, like Margot Robbie's still Harley Quinn, but nothing that happened in that movie happened, and half the actors are
that
different.
Movie's ending was the stupidest. I hated so much about that movie. It was
so dumb. Like the whole thing, and I think that's the other thing is like you're in this weird spot where you're making a Harley Quinn movie, but there's no Batman right now, and there's no Joker right now because Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is
so different.
In the 80s. Yeah, he's in the 80s. He's not connected to this DC universe like as we know it. It's so you're just in like this. The DC whole cinematic universe is in this weird spot, and it sucks because I think Margot Robbie is like a great Harley Quinn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That Jared Leto Joker in Suicide Squad was such a. Like it was such a weird. It felt like they were trying to turn Joker into a SoundCloud rapper whose name starts with Lil.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you a hot take. I don't think Jared Leto's Joker is that bad.
I don't think it's that bad, but he's got a lot of competition in the realm of good Jokers.
It's a tough thing, but I didn't have a problem with that. I had a problem with the fact that he was pointless to the movie in general.
Yeah.
And beyond that, like the literal story of the movie makes no fucking sense. Like
the
first quarter of it, you're following, you're like, okay, they're acquiring criminals, and all of a sudden they're just like they're saving the lady that's threatening to kill them for no reason.
Everything is a contradiction and directly goes against like every motivation of all of the characters.
Yeah, there's just so much weird stuff in it. Yeah. And then none of it makes sense. Like it just literally doesn't make sense. Like I honestly think there's probably like a cut of Suicide Squad out there that's not bad. You know what I mean? That's not like incredibly horrible, but because there has to be a lot of scenes left on the floor in that movie because fuck, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I do want to. Well, we should probably mention this because it just went live. And shout outs to New York Jets for Life 6, who just became a mega fan on the Patreon.
Heck yeah.
So thanks a lot. But the new poll for the new crowd control game
just
went live.
What are the options in this poll again?
All right. So this poll this week, we have the game known as Sonic 3.
Oh.
Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Oh.
Kirby.
Which one?
Which one? Ooh, I don't know. NES. Kirby NES. I'm not sure. Tetris and Contra.
Wow, that's gonna be hard to vote.
Tetris.
Yeah. What? Oh,
Tetris.
I don't want to like influence the
Tetris?
listeners, but which one are you guys running for?
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you which one we're running for.
I'm actually gonna go with classic Tetris. Honestly, I think that one's the most interesting to me. And I feel like,
dude, that one has a lot
tough.
of potential. Imagine a flipped screen in Tetris.
Yeah, I will say this: if you if Yoshi's Island is selected, users that are looking to do hardware, you will need to get the SD to SNES Pro, and will not work on the original.
Fair,
So.
yeah, because Yoshi's Island was one of those tricky to emulate games.
Mm-hmm.
But it will work.
It will work on emulator. Yeah.
I mean, but it will work on console, which, I mean, right now, that's just exciting no matter how you do it. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
Yoshi's Island and Tetris are definitely my two top.
Kirby's got a lot of fun potential too, because you can just give someone a power at any moment, which is just like there's just so many powers.
I guess that is cool.
Sonic 3 is pretty fun too.
Sonic 3 is really good.
Selfishly, that's my favorite. That's my favorite like pick here because I love Sonic 3. I think it's like it's probably tied with Sonic 2 for peak of that series for me.
I wish we could use the 32X somehow to make it work on consoles.
Yeah,
not because the 32X is a good idea to work on consoles, just because that would be an awesome.
I'll give an update too, I guess. So last
32X support.
Last poll, Zelda 1, which includes Zelda Randomizer, did win. The plan is for that to be released by the end of the month. So basically, whatever wins this poll will be released by the end of March is the plan. Hardware support is being worked on as we speak with Zelda 1. I actually tested it last night. I killed Link on hardware with the EverDrive N8 Pro. So that's coming along, and the nice thing about this is technically pretty close. The Sega EverDrive is close enough between the NES and SNES that support for that shouldn't be too far beyond, but we want to support more than one game. So like right now it's Toe Jam and Earl, which is a great game, but Sonic 3 would be a great game too.
That's spicy. These are spicy picks. So what tier of Patreon gets to vote on these again?
Yeah, so Mega fans and up are allowed to vote for the next crowd control games.
Gotcha.
We do one poll a month, which we announce in the middle of the month, and we will announce the winner at the end of the month. And that gives us 2 weeks to kind of test some things out and get you guys some updates, and then get it out by the end of the month is the plan. So everything helps. And Patrick, thank you so much for editing your pledge.
Oh,
he was like, voting Tetris. That's exciting. I'm excited about that. Should we talk about?
There's no news.
You know what?
We have SNES Netflix games on here. Like we could talk about that. But can I be honest? Like I'm so underwhelmed with these 4 games that like I don't even think it deserves my talking about. Although
you're not trying to play Boat Duel.
Yo, Boat Duel is cool. That's the one cool game out of these 4. Boat Duel is actually dope.
I've never heard of Boat Duel before.
Okay, well, you know what's funny is me and Jaku actually stayed up late watching a speedrun of it at GDQ one time, which is funny. But it's kind of a good game and also a horrible game.
Yeah.
But the point is like I don't. What do I want to say? Nintendo should just release all their fucking I don't know, just get out your classic games somehow, guys. Like I don't know what you got to do, but like this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like you're getting 2 NES games and 2 SNES games a month. You know what I mean? And one of them's Boat Duel. You know, like
Eliminator Boat Duel.
It's
me and Cliffy actually played this on the Shy Guys channel.
Oh really?
I don't know. Yeah, we had a versus. I don't know if it ever aired, but it was pretty good. I think I beat him every single time.
Now I know why you liked it.
Twinbee. Poppin' Twinbee.
Poppin' Twinbee?
Entry. Yeah, that's one of the games. Poppin' Twinbee, which is
Poppin' Twinbee.
Have you heard of that one?
No, I've played a Twinbee game. I don't have any familiarity with the separate installments of the franchise.
Yeah. These are the deep cuts. And then Smash Tennis, which like I tell you right now, if there's something I want to play, it's the 6th best tennis game that came out on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it feels like those games that like are sitting in your ROMs folder that are there only because you have them. That's the only reason.
You downloaded the entire collection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You've never played it, heard of it, wanted to try it. It's just there.
You know, though, I'm looking at this Smash Tennis, and I don't believe it's actually a Smash game because I don't see a single Fire Emblem character in it.
DLC's out, by the way. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm just going to put that in. Fire Emblem DLC's out.
We know. We talked about this last week.
No, but it's out. Like it's out as of today.
I do want to make reference to a tweet somebody tweeted. And
yeah, that was good.
They tweeted Warp World and like, why do they tag anyone other than Xwater when they release Fire Emblem news? Like, why aren't they just adding Xwater on this?
No, it was why do they tweet everybody? Wouldn't it be more efficient to just send Xwater a DM?
Yeah, right. That's what it was.
Yeah, I gotta say, sometimes this joke is a little run into the ground, but that one was funny. That one made me like actually chuckle.
Yeah. Anytime now I've just gone to what's a Fire Emblem. Whenever anybody asks me what I think about it, I'm like, what's a Fire Emblem?
Oh, that's great.
You know what? This joke will never stop. Honestly, I love that meme. I don't know, man. Nintendo, the Switch is so good, and yet it's still like if Sony or Microsoft like just half-ass some of these things the way they, I don't know, they tear them up, but Nintendo gets a slide because like they make Breath of the Wild, and Mario Odyssey, and Mario Maker.
Yeah,
they make good fucking games, man.
Yeah,
fuck Nintendo sometimes though.
I wish they threw out a few more games on the
right
Netflix and stuff. But
what do you think it's going to take for them to put Mario RPG up there? Like, how hard is that deal for them to work out? You know, like because Square has their name on it, but I'm sure Nintendo of all people can figure that out. They have Cloud and Smash Bros.
Yeah,
what happened to all the games that were already out on the Wii and Wii U?
Yeah, like all the Donkey Kong countries.
We've gotten less classic games. The more like that's weird. Like the Wii had the most, the Wii U had less than that. Now the Switch is having even less.
Yeah,
and that's a strange direction to go.
It truly is. I fully agree. What is the one like top missing Super Nintendo game you want?
Well, Mario RPG, like you said. Mario RPG is probably the one that they need. But like either way, I mean, any game besides Smash Tennis is probably going to be more valuable. I'm sure there's a litany of games outside of Smash Tennis that would be more valuable. Or and definitely, there's any number of NES games that are probably more exciting than Boat Duel. I'm just being honest. Like, like I'm nothing against the Boat Duel community.
Yeah,
but
all four of us. It's almost as big as Fire Emblem.
There's a crossover there too.
Yeah. We're very close.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
It's really weird. They're really like going at the bottom of the barrel for some of these games, but keep like it's fine to throw these in, but you got to throw in some bangers every now and then. That's the problem.
You
throw
can't
in some bangers.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you put out an album, you can have like 3 bad songs, but you need 5 hits.
Dude, you got to pair Boat Duel with like Lost Levels or something of that nature.
Yeah, like Ninja Gaiden or something.
Yeah, that's a great one to pair Boat Duel with. You know what I mean?
Instead, they brought in Shadow Ninja.
Yeah, like when they go to like license Smash Tennis from Namco, you know what I mean? When they work that deal out, like was any money was an exchange, right? Like
Namco's like, what game?
Yeah,
we don't care.
What?
Yeah,
what? Stop wasting our time and just use it.
Like take us out to dinner. You can have it. You know what I mean? Like, what are they really offering for that? Like, I just don't get it. And if Nintendo's paying something for that, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we play GameCube games at this point in time? GameCube's 15 years old. 20
let's
years
get
old.
a 64 on there first, I suppose.
Well, we can't even play Nintendo 64 games.
And we had that on the Wii.
Yeah, we had that on the Wii, and we can't play Nintendo 64 games.
I want my Pokemon Stadium 1 on the Wii. That's what I want, dude.
And use your 3DS to transfer the characters.
Yo, Actually,
They'll
that'd
never
be
do it.
tight.
They'll never do it. So
No.
don't even dream.
They could, because they built that Pokemon Bank feature into the red, blue, yellow on the 3DS. Like, they did that.
Yeah,
They can make that work, but they won't.
Could.
They
won't.
fucking won't, because they're cowards.
They are cowards.
They're
we should just start
cowards.
calling Nintendo cowards.
I've been calling people coward more lately, and I like
love it.
Yeah.
You know who else is a coward?
Who?
Anyone that's not subscribed to our Patreon.
You fucking cowards.
I'm doing it.
Are you kidding me? You don't have $1.
You're negative. You're negative now. You know that's what you're doing.
That was the
you're
hottest transition we've had probably this year, so I'm rolling with it.
I like it. He's negging him now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just treating him bad to get him to love you.
Listen,
it's a new...
you don't even have to subscribe if you don't want to, but there's plenty of tiers.
You suck if you don't.
On the there's plenty of tiers on the Patreon, plenty of levels. There's tiers specifically for podcast fans. There's tiers specifically for streamers that offer a lot of additional perks for a lot of the services Warp World provides. And then there's everything above that as well. So at least take a look if you're interested in supporting the Warp World family as a whole, or just the podcast. Pop in there and stop being a coward for once in your life. Just do it. Patreon.warp.world. You know who's... I feel like it's probably a good time to swap over. You know who we got a official non-coward here for this episode for an interview.
Oh, yeah.
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 So without further ado, we're going to take a jump over to the interview this week and bring on our good friend, Pointcrow.
Joining us this week, we have a guest, Pointcrow. Pointcrow, how are you doing here today, man?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing? It's great to be here.
Yeah, welcome to the Warp World podcast. I assume you listen all the time, obviously, so you know what's going on. We really appreciate you taking time out of your
Biggest
busy
fan.
schedule today.
He's on the Patreon and everything.
Every waking hour is just right here. I've seen all 133 episodes. Wow.
Hey, we appreciate it. Anyway, but we know you're a busy man. We really appreciate you taking the time to come out here this week. You've had a good year, right?
Yeah, it's been a wild year. It's completely unexpected, like whatsoever. Like just starting from, literally just being like, all right, I think Twitch is kind of cool. Like I'll just try it out really quick, to like building a full on business. Like I think, oh God, if we want to talk about average viewers, I went from like 3 to 500. It's like that's a small step, Yeah, it's incredible.
Just little.
Yeah, that's gotta feel incredible. How did the adjustment feel like for that? Like, was that overwhelming, or because it seems like you've leaned into it and handled it really well so far?
Yeah, I mean, like most of my people who would watch me know that everything is just held by duct tape all together. It's like you just take duct tape over OBS and that's the stream.
Yeah,
it's a crazy
pretty
adjustment.
accurate.
It's a crazy adjustment. There's so much more than I would have ever thought initially that goes into streaming. Like I put more effort off stream into streaming than on stream. It's so much more prep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially with the kind of content that you're producing, because you're not just showing up and playing a game for a little bit. Like, there's always something wacky like going on over at your stream. Before we jump any farther, like, why don't you go ahead and just kind of like introduce yourself and what you do on Twitch exactly?
Yeah, so what I mainly do, and I'm leaning towards more variety as time goes on. But what I normally do is I play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in crazy ways that no one would ever think of doing. For example, like I've beaten the entire game with a single tree branch, right? Like that's if you play the game casually, like you'll just, that will blow your mind, because I mean the tree branch will break in like 4 hits.
That's
right?
what I'm wondering right now is how do you not break it?
Yeah, and then the other thing is like, well, the entire Ganon fight, right? The entire final boss battle, if you don't defeat any of the dungeons or divine beasts, it's 16,000 health points. That'll take like 12 hours. And you're right, it does. I can confirm that. And then I do other things, some chat interaction stuff. Like recently I've been doing, like Twitch plays Breath of the Wild. And in the control between Twitch chat and me, switches every 5 minutes. Or we did that with Pokemon as like a callback to Twitch Plays Pokemon, and a whole bunch of other things like that. It's just like whatever you think you like. The goal of my stream is to provide clickbait and then deliver on it.
That you got the right idea then. That's why you blew up so quick. that's what it takes, man.
I like that. I like that outlook. That's great.
Yeah. So with all this like the Twitch Plays Pokemon and Twitch Plays Breath of the Wild, and the fact that it like kind of swaps between you and Twitch chat is like, it's a great hook and I love it. But like, immediately when I saw those videos on your channel, I'm like, all right, I hop on your Twitter and I'm like, where's the tweet mentioning he's a computer science student or something like that? Or where's his computer science?
I'm really not.
What background like do you have for all this? Did you just kind of like curious about it all? Or how did you get into like all this really advanced tech stuff? Because that's like really challenging to do for your average broadcaster.
I mean, I'm okay, so I'm a 4th year engineering student. So I major in material science engineering, focusing on chemical engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of that is you have to code in like MATLAB for like the fusion, and like you have to do some programming for it.
Yeah.
But I specifically learned Python just for that. Like it did take out, like it's not like I knew how to do this already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had some coding experience before, not too much. I think I know as much as like the average coder. Like if you know how to make a calculator and you know how to Google, then you know how to do this.
It's amazing how much you can do with just a little bit of coding knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said like streamers that have a little bit of coding knowledge can really have an edge on anyone else, just because it makes you think in a different way that allows you to just take an idea and get something functional out there in little time to maybe then have somebody else that's a little bit more advanced take it the next step. And so I think something like that really helps, and that's why like your stuff really works.
Yeah, I did. See,
exactly.
You're smart. You learned it on your own. What I did was just become friends with Chaku. I became really good friends with Chaku.
That works too.
But now he can't make any of my stuff anymore though, because we're making other stuff. We're making other cool stuff. So it ruined it. Damn it.
I think you're doing fine where you're at though, Pooh. You're good.
Vicious cycle.
Vicious cycle.
It's like extremely helpful with like, like stream decks and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I've taken from like the Sushi Dragon.
Oh,
if you
Sushi
guys have
Dragon.
seen
We
him.
love him.
Yeah, and I have like full on
creator
raid
of the decade.
videos and all that, and small things that happen during stream. It's like if you can get that going too, it's like amazing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sushi Dragon is if you've never watched Sushi Dragon, like please go watch him. He is like he is content. Like,
yeah, didn't we give him
content.
Warpy for highest production?
Yeah.
He'll get Warpy for highest production from
Every
here
year.
until the end of time.
Every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single year.
I don't know what I'm watching when I watch his stream, but
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't know you need it, but you need it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. His stream's kind of like what I imagine meth is like. You know what I mean? Like
It's like I imagine it's like you can't recall a dream after you like wake up from it.
Yeah.
I feel like that is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really know, and you can't really explain it to anybody, but you know while you were there, it was magical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So Crow, you start. When did you start on Twitch?
I don't know the exact date.
You don't know your
just
date?
passed.
Oh,
It was
man.
like it was about well, I if I pull it up, I can find it.
Yeah,
but
it's
it's like
email somewhere.
mid-January, I think it is.
Mid-January.
So it's just I just passed a year, like a month ago.
Gotcha. And so like jumping into Twitch, you were like, this looks interesting. Now, were you like growing up, were you like a big gamer? Like what are some of your like favorite games that kind of led you into thinking like, oh, this is a platform I want to explore?
Okay. So my first game that I ever like owned, like game console wise, not like those like learning like Scholastic Book Fair, whatever.
Sure.
It like the first actual game was like Pokemon Fire Red.
Nice.
Not Pokemon Red. It was Pokemon Fire Red. I'm a Gen 3 baby. All right. And so I think my insane patience for video games started there because I never really played the game correctly. I got the game and I was like, all right, I got my Charmander. Let's go out. Let's beat some Pokemon. And I got to the first town. I don't know exactly what the first town's called again.
Mhm.
It's not Palatine. It's the one after that. And I just battled Pokemon. Just like I went into the wild, healed up at the Pokemon Center, and it was fantastic. Until one day, about 50 hours into the game, I went to the Pokemart. And apparently you deliver Oak's parcel back to Professor Oak. And so I spent 50 hours in this game and I had like a level 40 Charizard, right? By the time of the first gym. So that was my very first experience with video games. And I think that attests to the stuff I'm doing currently.
Yeah.
Poor Gary.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Gary blown off the world.
You run into
He's
me
rolling
like,
with his level
I've
4.
already caught a Rattata, and you're like, go Dragon Monster.
So that was my
God.
first experience with video games. But with Twitch, that was slightly different. I started watching YouTube videos back when YouTube was just starting out with like 2008, 2009 status. Or it might be 2012, 2013. But it's when Minecraft came out. So, Gen 3 baby Minecraft guy. It's like, that's what got me into YouTube. And that was like the Minecraft people, like Good Boulder Fist, Ethos Lab, Beetle Low 100. Like these were all like people playing Minecraft day in and day out, just doing Let's Plays. I would just constantly watch them. And, I said to one of my friends, I'm like, hey, let's make our own Minecraft series. I still have those videos too. They're awful.
Yeah.
they're absolutely awful. And I have like the highest pitch, like, hi guys, let's go get our boots now. It's terrible, but it's the first videos I've ever made. The reason why I started on Twitch though, was partially because of Disguised Toast. And the fact that I really felt like Twitch was, well, all right. So I saw this video from Disguised Toast of like, how much do streamers make? Do streamers actually make like a livable income? And I was interested because like there's this whole different thing, and that's when Ninja was blowing up. And it seemed to me watching that video that Twitch was in its early days, not early, but like 2013 YouTube before it became corporate. And that's when I was just like, you know what? Like if I'm going to try some sort of content creation with YouTube, like with video games, because I love video games so much, I'll try it now. And so I started on Twitch, and people kept watching. And there's a whole story. I did a whole stream about like my entire timeline, but that's like the general gist of it. So
I want a piece of this timeline. Yeah. Like, what was your first couple of streams like? Like when you started streaming, what kind of content were you already doing Breath of the Wild content at that point, or like what was the beginning on the platform like for you?
So I got lucky. I got very lucky, and I started with Breath of the Wild, and I was just doing I kind of realized that if you do a game, if you're starting out with Twitch now, it's very hard to get into anything.
Yeah.
As if you're not like already, if you're not entertaining, if you're not good at games, if you're not fun to be with, like if you mention a game, you can mention a creator with it.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you mention like currently if you mention like Super Mario Odyssey, like you'll see like Small Ant 1 or Microvita, like you can just like instantly yell out names like that. And so it's kind of hard to start streaming when you're like doing it like just casually, like a casual playthrough of the game. It's like you either have to be really entertaining or really good at the game. And so I realized, I'm like, all right, Breath of the Wild seems like a good game. I like it a lot casually. So let me start with a 3-heart playthrough. 3-heart challenge.
Yeah.
Which now I'm like, that's super easy. I do that all the time. But like back then I was like, man, I don't even know if I can finish the game like this. And it was awkward. Like I streamed to 0 people. I think one of them was, I streamed to like one person. I think one of them was my my roommate or something.
Yeah, I think they throw
forget.
you a freebie and count yourself as one sometimes
count
too.
yourself?
Yeah.
You can.
count yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I think it was like my roommate in like my phone or something. Like that's like but that's like, yeah, so I started out with like one or two people, and that was the entire stream. Like I would casually, like I was being like, oh hey, let's go get the old shirt.
Yep.
And then I
Talking
would
to
read the
yourself. That's
description
how
for the
everybody
shirt.
has to start. Yeah.
And it was, I did like voices for the characters too. Like I was
Love
like,
it.
oh, this is the king, oh, boss from Hyrule, and you're like, that's a terrible voice. Oh my god. And then the second stream ever, I got a raid. And what was interesting about the raid is that, you know, like raids normally in Twitch, they're just like, all right, you know, we'll raid somebody. It's like their friends, you know, casually. It's like a nice, you know, bonding experience between streamers and viewers. But what was interesting about this raid is that everyone stuck around. There wasn't like, I think there was like 8 people were in the raid, which was gigantic to me at the time.
Of course.
And it was like every single person in that raid stayed, and they kept coming back to streams. Somehow, I still don't know exactly why, but they were hooked on my 3-heart playthrough of Breath of the Wild. And then I think like a month later, I started with, I was like, you know what, like I never beat 3-heart. I still haven't done it. Like I still have never beaten the game with only 3 hearts.
Wait, you didn't finish it?
No, I didn't.
You gotta go back,
it.
man. You gotta do it.
Yeah, you gotta finish that, man.
You gotta get good on that.
You know what? I
I
almost want to end this interview until you finish it. Honestly,
No, you guys are
back
looking
in
at
3
all-
weeks.
yeah.
That's the wrong way to look at it. He can continue to be like, guys, we haven't done it yet, and this is a sub goal. Let's get to that. Let's make it our anniversary stream or something. Like he can keep doing that and hyping it up, and then finally do it. But it's better not doing it, I think, at this point.
There you go.
You know what, Jock? That's your marketing side coming out, Jakku.
I've got it.
If you want to get to the marketing side, like I still haven't beaten like it's a whole stream meme. I haven't beaten the game without pants, so I think we're gonna do that soon.
Like you or Link.
That's a great question.
Oh man, see that's funny because that's the only way I beat any game if I can take off my pants. You know, like every single game we take off our pants if we can. No, so you do that. You fail the 3-heart miserably, as you just said. I didn't
like at the end of the 3-heart challenge, right? Like, or not the end, but like halfway through it, one of the viewers was just like, "Hey, you should beat the game without dying," you know, and it's not easy to do it.
Permadeath.
It's not hard, but it's not easy. And at the time, it was impossible to me. And I'm like, sure, I'll do it. So then I canceled the 3-heart challenge right there, and I did my permadeath series, which took me 7 months.
Ooh.
Wow. Like 7 months of getting good at Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And
learning
so like
all
people
the
ask
ins
all the
and
time, it's like,
outs.
how do you do this? It's like I had 7 months of like practice. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
It's like every
So-
speedrunner looks like the things they're doing are unobtainable when in reality there's hundreds of hours of practice behind it.
Yeah, it's just practice.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
at the end of the 7 months, I was like, all right, I beat it. Now I got to move on to something else. And I think that was like where I took inspiration from like Game Champ 3000, who did Breath of the Wild without climbing. And so I was just like, oh, I'll just do it without any stamina at all, including climbing. I was like, I'll one up
the man. Yeah.
Might as well.
I like that train of thought. I'll just one up.
Yeah.
That's where most of my videos come from, actually. For example, like
stealing other.
like-
You know what? That's nice. R&D, man. Research and duplicate.
Yep.
Better. You know.
there you go.
So
It's
a
like-
strong
like
part
I
of your
beat-
stream, Pooh.
Like I beat Breath of the Wild without a Sheikah slate, like the one thing you need to start the game. And that all started because I was like, oh, let's just like beat the game without using runes, which I thought was kind of like a throwaway challenge. Like it'll be easy. And then like a couple people were like, hey, you know, like if you do like wrong warping and like all these glitches, you can actually just not get the Sheikah slate. I'm like, all right, we'll do that instead. And I think the main thing is like after like backtracking a little bit to the permadeath, when I finished that, I had to figure out like what to do, which is with the stamina stuff. And that was a major turning point for the channel. And that's when I'm like, I'll start YouTube. I'll put all of this on YouTube now. Because there's points where I was getting in stream. I'm like, all right, I've done this thing before. And some people were like, ha, sure you have. Like, no, you're lying. And I'm like, like, I wouldn't lie about that. But, you know, like, it's now like it's also a thing for like people would miss streams too. Like, it's fine if you do, of course. But like people were wondering what happened last stream. And it's like, all right, now I'm putting all of this content on YouTube. And that's what really propelled my channel forward. So, and then it's like the rest is history. I just like keep one up myself and doing weird things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, now you've done the dance pad. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Give me some of your other Breath of the Wild challenge runs.
So the one of the more popular ones, this got on Kotaku in Nintendo Life. And,
you know what?
The
Kotaku rub's a good rub. I'm familiar with that rub. You know.
You know, they had an article when I released it. I got front page of Reddit, like 27,000 upvotes. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And it was when I beat the game with no weapons at all, just shields. And you're like, well, how do you do that? And I think it mainly propelled on the one aspect of like, if you have a Lionel shield and you like hit someone with the shield, it does damage. And a lot of people just didn't know that existed. And so I just like I just did that. Well, also you have to get a lot. There's more to it than that, but that was like a big thing. I beat the game with only the bomb rune, which took forever because it does like 5 damage per hit. I beat the game with like I said, it's a single tree branch. I recently just beat the game with a single bow. Beat
no
it
arrows.
With Dance Revolution pad.
Yes.
So
classic
there's
pad.
probably some I'm missing, but it's all on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, the one that made me like just do like just a laugh. I was sitting alone in my room. I saw it. I just look at the title. I beat Breath of the Wild without turning left, and I was like, "Are you
Zoolander?"
Yeah, right.
Wait, what?
That one was very personally close to me because there was a solid month in high school where I quit turning left legitimately. Whenever I needed to turn left, I would just do 270 degrees to the right.
But why?
Why?
But why?
Well, I would like to take myself to the next level every day of my life, guys. It's a challenge run.
X-Water also, you know, cuts off used to cut off all the sleeves.
Yeah, I didn't wear it.
You know what?
I didn't wear it.
No,
I didn't wear it.
X-Water was just
all of
complaining.
2019.
Dude, he was just complaining about us making fun of him right before this episode, and then he gives us like such a reason to make fun of him right there. Like, I didn't. Why would
you ever not turn left in real life?
Zoolander? You were Zoolandering. You know, you were trying.
You know what? I hadn't even seen Zoolander at that point in my life either.
You hadn't even seen Zoolander at that point in your life.
No.
Oh my god.
That means you and Derek Zoolander are right
level.
there.
And he was
level.
the top of the top. So thank you for calling me great.
You know, I can't.
This explains a lot of
guys,
X-Water's missing friends now.
This
too.
isn't about me. We're not interviewing me right now. Okay, you can dig me on the back of the past part of the show.
Keep doing it, please. I'm enjoying it.
Sorry, I feel like we have to address this.
I mean, like you can't just say you don't turn.
It was only a month.
Real life
it was only a
just
month.
Not follow up.
It was after basketball season. I didn't need to be turning left. You know, there's no sports going on.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with it?
Because if I'm playing basketball, obviously I have to turn left.
What if you're in a car and you had to go?
I couldn't drive at that point.
So okay, when your parents turn left, you're just like
my body never turned left. My body always turns. I can't
You never looked out of the window on the driver's side.
My head could turn left.
You were on
my
the right.
torso could turn left, but my.
Did you like use mirrors if you wanted to look left?
No,
like,
no.
To the other side?
No, you just spin to the right until you're facing left, 270 degrees. That's the solution.
I get the concept. Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's a simple solution.
Exactly. It's not that hard. Yeah.
For a complicated person.
If I saw you do that, I'd be like, "Are you a dog in human form? Like, what are you doing like right now?"
Listen, all of the kids wanted to be friends with him in school after they saw that.
Yeah, listen, you know what? I had plenty of friends, Jaku, right, you know? Okay.
Oh my god!
Look at this weirdo not turning left.
Dude, you
like,
completely side railed this whole thing now with this incredible piece of information.
Did you tell anyone why you were doing this?
There wasn't. It was the same reason I didn't wear a T-shirt last year. I just wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was for yourself. Nobody else.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Like, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
No, it's completely different thing.
I'm a person who likes to challenge himself. I like to challenge myself in the gym, challenge myself every way I can. And one of those ways I challenge myself.
Literally challenged walking. Like,
just not ever turning left. It was like a month that I did it. You know, it's not that intense, guys.
No, it's not too bad. But no, like, I think the fact that you didn't like tell others you were doing it, that's what makes it
well
good.
Yeah, I mean, people, if I was walking with someone and we turned left, they're like, the fuck was that? And at that point I'd tell them.
right, you'd have to, but for sure, like, it was for you, it wasn't for others. Exactly. No, that's good.
You're killing me here.
Now I want to know about Xwater's other challenges, but let's go back.
I'm really good at handstands.
Screw this interview. Like,
oh my god.
Okay, yeah, no, I was all cocked and loaded with the next question for the interview, so I'm just gonna jump back to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
So you've got all these fantastic, including the Don't Turn Left challenges on your channel that you've been doing. But there's got to be all these ideas that run through your head. Like, what are some of the scrapped challenge ideas that maybe you've had? If you don't, like, obviously, if you want to save them in the bank, hold them back, but ones that you feel comfortable sharing.
I say them to my stream all the time. And it's not limited to just Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
let me write these down.
I have done,
research duplicate.
I have done, the Twitch plays Breath of the Wild Twitch plays Pokemon every 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I know I'm going to be doing some wiki races, so Wikipedia speedruns with I think Small at 1 next week.
Is that where you try to start at one topic and get to the next like another one as fast as possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
As fast and as few.
Yeah, as fast and as few.
Yep. There's also what's really popular with my channel too is there's this one glitch where you can take Sidon from Breath of the Wild and bring him anywhere. He like follows you around. Mm-hmm. And so there's like you can do that with actually every single champion in Breath of the Wild. You can bring them places, just like through skipping certain flags, and etc. So like I'm planning on the future of bringing all of them together in the overworld.
Oh, that's great.
So that's gonna be fun. I think something else planned is playing Guitar Hero with the Dance Dance Revolution pad, which is basically just DDR, but
DDR, but your brain has to like interpret those things very differently.
The music sucks. Yeah.
And then there's Breath of the Wild with the Rock Band drum kit, an IRL Breath of the Wild speedrun.
Wait, what's that mean?
I have no idea, but it's just an idea.
Oh,
you got to
thinking of like
you got to like
use.
Sometimes you start with the name.
Cook some garbage, climb a mountain.
I'm thinking like if you want to use like magnesis, you take out like a giant like magnet like out of your backpack and just like I don't know.
I was thinking your GPS is linked to Link's movement, and so like you're outside walking, and then it moves Link in real time. Yeah,
you know what? Do you mind if I write that down?
Yeah, write that one down.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm not going outside; it's cold out.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't do that either. So you're
what's
good
outside?
On that
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll write that down really quick. But then like there's a bunch of other things I do have planned. Let's see. I think there's like one more that's like I really do want to say. Oh yeah, like Twitch plays Super Smash Brothers. So this is something I've like after I learned how to do like my own Twitch plays, like stuff. I wanted to do Twitch plays Smash Bros, where it's like it's my chat versus like someone else's. Like for example, like Xwaters, right? Like,
that's
we would be
so
both
cool.
running Twitch, like we would be both running like this Twitch play stuff on Smash Bros. And whoever's chat wins, something happens. But like it's just my chat versus like someone else's.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I have a ton of ideas. I don't have the content drought that a decent amount of people have. So
it's just the time problem. that
yeah, because like I am full-time engineering right now. I barely have time for like free time. I barely have time for anything. So
does that worry you? Like, is that worry you? Are you going to feel like you're going to have to choose one or the other at some point? Is that a worry for you, or are you just going to ride it out until you're, dead?
You nailed it right there. Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult. Especially because it's like engineering at the end of, because I am 4th year. So after this, like I have to determine, do I look for jobs right now, or do I see if like this Twitch thing will pan out and be more fun, or be more like, if you have to go from a business perspective, profitable as well.
Yeah.
Because like it's like, is it worth my time to even continue this?
Right.
Yeah.
I was about to ask the same thing. Like after you graduate, like, are you gonna go get a job, or are you gonna just try to go full time on streaming? You can technically do both. We know somebody that's in a similar situation where they do try to do both. Obviously, their career in engineering is definitely takes over, but you can try to do both. But then at the same time, like Twitch is kind of in the moment. Like, if you can't necessarily take a break from the Twitch side and expect everyone else to come back.
If I took a year-long break, I probably would be starting from zero.
Yeah.
And like the thing is that like, I'm burnt out from engineering right now. I'm very burnt out. I've been going hard with that for the past 3.5 years, and I'm just like I need to take a break. So I'm at least taking like a year-long break from that.
Yeah.
And if Twitch continues to be as meteoric, or at least, if it plateaus here still, then like, yeah, I'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing that I'm very much dealing with. I'm budgeting things. I literally, like, tonight, what I'm doing is I'm sitting down and I'm like, all right, I'm doing projections. I'm a numbers guy. I like math. All right.
Yeah, you're an engineer. We could guess.
We get it, nerd.
What a nerd. So I'm like, it is a worry in the future, but I'm trying to deal with it in the most objective way possible, including like objectively, like mental health wise. Like, yes, I love streaming more. But then as the channel grows, the more people are not as nice,
you get a few more of those,
the more haters you get. But then also the more people that are very nice to you, like I've met so many people that I think will be longtime friends already. So
yeah.
It's a whole bunch of things I have to consider. So I don't know. We'll see in a couple months. I have to make the decision by like June.
Yeah, you got some time. How'd you get your name?
That is asked a lot. And it's actually is asked a lot, and a lot of people. It's a weird origin story. So I'll start with the crow part. So sure. I like crows are cool.
They're amazing. Super smart. I want a crow army.
They're like, like they're smart, they're cool, and they fly. And I'm like, I like crows. And the overall thing of deciding a name was like, I want to make it easy to remember, and something non-controversial, or like, something which is like, oh, that's Pointcrow. It's like easy to say, easy to look at, easy to type in.
Yeah.
The point part is different. So the point I've always had in like all of my usernames across ever, and that's because like there was this one Reddit story. I don't know if you guys have heard it. It's called like Street Lamp Lemoose. It's a giant, it's a whole story about this guy named Street Lamp Lemoose, and I don't know why, but it was just like fantastic. And the guy who wrote it had his name, and it was like 2.6, I think was his name. And I was just, it was written out, so it was like letter 2 or number 2, the letters for point, and then the number 3. And I was just like, oh, the point sounds really cool. I liked his name, so I'm like, all right, I'll just take the point from it, and that's where Pointcrow came from. So I stole someone's name.
Hey, you know what? Research and duplicate. You did it with the one-upping on YouTube. You did it with the name. We see a theme here, man.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, you know what? That's the key to great streaming. R&D, baby. Research and duplicate.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. let's talk about something you do have coming up too. We talked a lot about things you want to do, but something you do have coming up next week. A Breath of the Wild all dogs tournament.
Yes.
Why? First of all, I hope this is exactly what I think it is.
It is.
Okay, yeah. Can you please explain
first,
to this adorable...
tell me
what
do
you think it is?
I believe it is a trot around Hyrule in order to get all the dogs to befriend you. And the first one to do it is a winner.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
It's exactly that.
I love this.
Yeah, it's 100% exactly that. And then all right. So basically it's full of sorry, the overlay's funny.
The overlay's hilarious.
I
Yeah,
can't continue. I
so
can't
okay,
it
so
breaks
so
when
what
we fall
happened?
down on amount of people.
What
but
happened, is Jakku went out, so now the overlay is just all over the place. See, and then Jakku
there
comes
we
back,
go.
and the overlay
Right back to
fixes
normal.
itself.
Yeah.
Our saving
Thanks,
I know.
Comcast.
I
Right on
know,
time.
but X-Water for some reason, X-Water stays.
Yeah. I could go into the explanations of it, but we'll save that for another time. So why don't you continue on?
Yeah, you gotta figure out a way to get it because Jakku drops out every week.
He does drop out often. Yeah. Sometimes we try to
it's
play
right
it
on
off.
schedule.
It's like, Jakku hasn't moved his face for 3 minutes. He's real focused right now.
I couldn't seriously continue with the answer without addressing it. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all right. So let's just jump back in. Why don't you tell us all about the all dogs tournament?
Yeah, so it's exactly what you think it is. Which is you go across, the goal of it is to go across the entirety of Hyrule and collect and feed all 16 dogs and collect their treasures that they lead you to. As if the dogs aren't already the treasures anyways.
Aww.
Right? Aw.
We got to add a big aw in post.
So I'm putting up $1,000 as a prize pool. And the first person who collects all of the dog treasures wins. And so it's basically, I've made a lot of friends in Twitch over the past year. I've invited most of them to the tournament, and so so there's some names that are participating in this tournament that I would have never expected to even say yes to it. But I think there's 25. And I think half of them are partnered streamers who have agreed to all compete in this race on February 23rd at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's really interesting. There's a lot going into it. It sounds silly,
No,
but there's a lot of background
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
I'm gonna be interested to see the routing people take. Are you allowing glitches in this?
Yeah, so I'm allowing glitches, but in order to make it fair for everyone, because I know not everyone has the time to practice. Speedrunning takes some effort.
What?
Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Crazy thought. And also to prevent people from just copying the world record route, I have devised my own route, so I had to do routing myself. And I've made it easy too. Made it very easy. So there are glitches involved. It's basically a showcase of all the major glitches in Breath of the Wild speedrunning. But they're not really it's not like you're going to do some sort of really difficult clip that is frame perfect. It's more like you're going to do this one thing that works half the time because it just does. It's regardless if you get it right or not. So it's there is a route, and there's a whole website. If can I say that the website?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
plug away.
But plug everything you want, dude. Yeah.
Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch right here. Right
absolutely.
now. Subscribe.
Everyone should do that. Yeah.
Get him on YouTube.
Oh
get him on Twitter. Find his home address.
Follow his Instagram. Follow get him on Friendster. Swipe right on his Tinder. Baby.
I mean,
oh my God.
As someone who's listened to all 133 episodes of this podcast,
obviously.
we're good at plugging.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But it's the website's kind of weird. The URL, just because it's a free domain.
I'm even more in this. I'm more excited for the plug now.
Pointcrow.
It's Pointcrow -race
.now.sh.com
not
index.html.
.com/net government/html.
Tooth plaque conspiracies.
Yeah, so it's pointcrow-race.now.sh, and it has all of the information on it. So it has the rules, it has the race map, it has the routing, it has all the racers. If you want to check out the racers that are competing, what's really cool about the website itself is that it's interactive. So it's not just like, okay, I wonder who wins. Like you will, like if you have the website open during the race, you'll see, if you hover over each kind of like dot, you can see who's at that location on Twitch. So if you want to know who's ahead, you can just click on their icon and you can go to their stream.
Yeah, so you've essentially built like live tracking of each player's progress relative to each other into this site.
Yeah, it is important to note that I didn't do this myself. I did commission a guy named Tallest Thomas to do it. So this isn't my code. It is my idea.
Yeah,
it's not my code though. So I don't take credit for that.
Sure.
So yeah, so you can. I wanted to make it so it's like very interactive. It's very like, if you don't know what's going on, if you go to the website, you will. And then you'll know where everyone's updated and all that. It's quite literally like a race. And like on my channel during the race, I'll be doing color commentary and I'll be having the map live. But I wanted to make it available to everyone, just in case, I don't know, you find my voice annoying or something, don't want to see my channel. So yeah, that's the main race. And there's some really cool tricks involved in it. There's a useless clip. It's basically useless because they don't ever come back to it or whatever. But like, I'm doing it. It's partially just to showcase Breath of the Wild speedrunning. And it's also just something fun I wanted to do. I've been talking about it for months. But like, yeah, you clip out of the Shrine of Resurrection and then you just clip back in. Like that's one of the goals. And I mean, Xwater is participating in this. And so I mean,
but he can't turn left, right?
That's not part of the agreement.
Yeah, I'll make it. Yeah, you can't turn left. Yeah, you're disqualified if you can't.
Okay, I accept. I will rise to this greatness.
Oh my god!
I'll throw an extra 250 if you win Xwater and you don't turn left.
Yeah, I'll throw in 50 gift subs if you get first and don't turn left.
We jest, but it's on.
Oh my god. But yeah, so there's some really cool things involved with it. I think that's like mainly it. It's like the goal of it is to like, first off, something really fun to do with the like Twitch community. I don't know. There's some really cool friends that I probably won't ever get to like collaborate with. I don't really do much collab streams. But like for example, like What If Julia or like Luxy Games, like I love them to death. They're amazing. They're great friends. But we have vastly different content where it's just like, I don't see myself ever being like, hey, let's do this together. In at least in the near future. So this is kind of like also that, to come together and just like play games with friends. The other thing is to showcase Breath of the Wild speedrunning, because it's quite amazing actually. The game is broken.
Yeah.
It's like you can beat I think the world record's like 27 something. It's 27 minutes.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Part of that is the game's design though. Just part of it.
Yeah, but it is like, it's incredible everything they can do now with it. It has had some it's been through the heap. And the cool part about that is Breath of the Wild 2 is probably going to run on the very similar engine. So I'd imagine that the speedrunning of Breath of the Wild 2 is going to end up being even crazier right out of the get-go.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, with that being said, like, we don't want to take up all your time. We know you're a busy man here, Pointcrow.
Got to do that budgeting.
You got a budget, and you got to get ready to pet all the doggies, all the good doggies,
all the dogs,
all the good doggies, all the good little boys. So why don't you plug everything you want to plug right now? Like, where can we find your YouTube, your Twitter, your Twitch? Give us all the URLs.
I'll make it simple.
Oh.
At Pointcrow.
Everywhere.
No, all right. So what let me do the long plug. So for YouTube, so like I post YouTube videos on like every single thing that you that you've heard of. So if you did hear something during the podcast that you did enjoy, and are curious about seeing, I post everything to YouTube. So subscribe. Go like the video. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever they say. And then I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch, and then 4 p.m. on Sundays. And I do some just wild things. That's honestly like the only things I really want to plug is just YouTube, Twitch, and then the race. Make sure you show up on February 23rd, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for this. It's going to be a huge event, honestly, with the races we have planned. I'm really excited for it too. So
that is the upcoming Sunday. If you're listening to this on the podcast release, that's Monday. That'll be this upcoming Sunday. But obviously, this live session is yeah.
I appreciate having honestly. Thank you so much for having me here. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on.
You've been a fantastic guest. We've had a great time.
I mean, as you know, I'm your biggest of fans.
Of course. Yeah. We're looking forward to getting to your mailed-in question tonight.
Thank you so much for having me here. You guys are absolutely wonderful.
Cool.
Great.
Thank you so much. Pointcrow, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause right there.
Woo!
Virtual round of applause. That was a great interview right there. Pointcrow is doing some things.
Yeah.
He's on point.
You know what? I like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's cool as hell.
He was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
But you know what's not cool? The opposite of cool, in fact.
Oh.
It would be hot.
Oh.
Which brings us to this week's hot take.
All right. I'm hot. I'm personally
you know what? You wanted to bring this up. And can I just be honest?
Yeah.
I am very sick and tired of talking. This is the third week we're giving breath to Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
So this is it. So
literally
let's get it all
no
out
one
right
cares.
now.
It's got less fans than Fire Emblem.
It's a bad game. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not a good remake. All right, but let's get it out.
This has but this is a way it personally at this point has affected me. This week's hot take.
Okay.
I went to go play Warcraft 3 this week with my close friend. We've been friends since grade 7, ever since I stepped in pee in his dog's house. Pee in his house, but his dog pee. You get what I'm saying.
Maybe if you look left, you wouldn't have stepped in it.
Shut your butt.
That's what I was thinking.
Shut your butt. Different phases of life. Okay. So we go to play Warcraft 3. We play a team game. We absolutely crush. It was just like old days. A rush of nostalgia. Felt amazing. We were like, yo, I don't have my Warp World meeting for like another 40 minutes. Let's queue up for a second one because this game won't take that long. We queue up and my game crashes. Damn. That sucks.
Damn.
So I go to Task Manager. I go to try and close it, right? And I click End Process. Nothing's happening. I'm all confused and shit. I'm like, what the hell? Task Manager, do your job. Manage the tasks. That's not working. So I open up Command Prompt. I try to kill the task, like punching in its process ID, all that shit. Still not working. I've tried every trick in the book at this point to close Warcraft 3. Nothing. It's just stuck in this weird limbo of like, we cannot find a way to close this kind of thing. So I restart my computer. I set it to restart. I know it's going to take a minute. So I hit it. I go downstairs. I start doing some chores, wash some dishes, come back upstairs 15 minutes later. It's still attempting to restart. So my only choice at this point is to power cycle the bitch. Turn it on. I got a blue screen and my boot record is fucked. My computer just can't turn on. It has no master boot record. Like it's missing files within the System32 folder. So I'm sitting here 20 minutes before the Warp World meeting like, fuck, man, that's annoying as shit. I've luckily encountered this problem in the past. I've had to troubleshoot every computer for my parents and their friends like since I was a teenager. So pop in the Windows USB, fix it, everything, like open up the command prompt and restore the boot manager. But I was just fucking livid that Warcraft 3 broke my operating system.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's getting me hot.
I was very hot. And the worst part is I'm still fucking playing it. I'm still playing it, man.
Apparently not hot enough for you.
No, because no matter what happens, I still just love it. I still just love it.
What if now when you lose the game, they corrupt your boot record every time?
Well, I mean, I've learned how to deal with it quickly, so.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is pretty hot though.
Yeah, I understand. Just let's let's all just make a general agreement that we're just gonna say no to this Warcraft 3 remake from here on out.
Oh, I've refunded my order. I'm playing like actual classic now. Like,
okay.
The only difference is the skin. But anyway,
yeah.
Good for you.
I actually do want to bring up before we go any further. It's not hot, but there is. So I talked about how I don't plan on buying Diablo 4 because I don't like Blizzard anymore. But there's a game that just came into early access called Wolcen. It's WOLCEN. And like, it looks and feels and is basically like the next step in Diablo that people have been looking for. And like, maybe we can like play some multiplayer sometime if you guys are into it, you know?
I'm
like,
into it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because we haven't Friend Friday in a minute.
Oh my God, dude. I was literally just, can we do it tomorrow? Can we Friend Friday tomorrow? Like,
yeah, honestly, if you're, are you guys down with playing some tabletop RPGs? Or tabletop, not RPGs, tabletop simulator games? Like some board games?
Yeah, definitely. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
That was how I first reacted.
Yeah.
I was also kind of like,
really? That's
you guys want to play a 40-hour campaign?
I will, but like, ugh.
No, yeah, Tabletop Simulator I think has a lot of fun Friend Friday potential.
Yeah, play Monopoly. It's the worst board game.
That's literally the worst board game.
Can I flip the board?
It is the worst board game.
Man, I still very fondly remember the time we played Risk and we're doing like secret alliances through Discord DMs. Dude, I remember like I was like talking to you, Pooh, and I was like talking to Feeny and trying to play Fiend and
right. Risk. We need to do Risk Legacy. Like now that we've played regular Risk and we all remember, we need to do Risk. Risk Legacy is great because like it goes on for 15 games. So like you have to form some long-term alliances, and you have to really be careful.
You can't be betraying at the same rate.
No, because if you betray someone game 1, they're not going to fucking work with you in game 2. Like it's just not happening. It's going to be a while, unless they're forced.
I just got. Oh yeah, we played Risk. We played Risk like 2 years ago, so of course we're gonna remember the rules.
You can't forget the rules of Risk, man.
Dude, I think Risk is my favorite of all board games because it just brings out betrayal in so many. Like nobody leaves that. Not even the winner leaves that game with a smile. Nobody.
Right.
No, you can't. No, you can't leave that game with a smile.
It's very indicative of what I imagine war is like.
Yes. Everyone loses in Risk.
Yeah, everyone loses.
Here's the thing with Risk is you, more than any other game, you legitimately feel betrayed.
Yeah.
Because you have to. Like, you have to form an alliance. Like, the only way to win Risk is you form an alliance, and you have to betray that alliance before they betray you, and you're both going to betray each other. Like, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I love Risk.
Man, I remember when we played, you tried to attack me in like somewhere in Canada, Pooh, and I had one dude, and he took out like 14 to 20 of your people.
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that.
That was amazing.
I also remember I was the winner, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case.
It was definitely the case.
No, I don't remember how it went, but I'm pretty sure we ended on some sort of bullshit.
No, we ended on me having 95% of the board, and I think Cliffy forfeiting because I was dominating unmercifully with my amazingly strong army. Anyway,
we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one, Chief. Find the VODs.
If only there was some sort of video evidence of this we could go back to.
I think it's lost to the ages,
lost levels.
Yeah, it's all the way. It got pushed to the side.
I got one.
Speaking of
last, you know what? Side.
Oh, you shut it, John the Great. You shut it in chat. You shut it. No, you go. No, get us up.
That Nintendo PlayStation is on sale. It's officially up for auction now.
It's like $60,000 last I saw.
Yeah.
No, it's already way over 100.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's already over 200K as of 3 hours ago.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm too rich for my blood.
And it's 21. There's still 21 days to go, and it's over 200,000.
Yeah, it's gonna hit 1 million for sure.
Yeah, what you guys want to play Price is Right on who's gonna get the?
Wait, I got one.
Okay.
Let's make a Patreon pledge level, and someone can buy it for us.
Oh, Okay, yeah. Well, can we have
Yeah,
it
sure,
auto
that'll
like
work.
changing based on the page? Like whatever the number is on the page, that
just
Patreon tier
updates,
is
yeah.
that +1.
Yeah. But no, Price is Right. Let's play Price is Right.
Can't go over then.
Can't go over.
Okay, I will go third.
No. No.
We gotta-
That's not how
we
it
gotta-
works.
We'll let chat decide who goes first, second, and third.
You can't trust chat. I'll go first. I'll volunteer for first, and I'm gonna say 2.2 million.
Okay.
Pooh, we're gonna play
Okay.
rock, paper, scissors.
All
And I'm
right,
gonna
all
throw
right,
a rock.
All right.
Oh, hold on. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Wait.
3, 2, 1, shoot. Yeah,
Okay.
and I will be the
Rock,
judge.
paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh
I
man,
threw paper.
you hate to see it
Yes.
happen. Jakku threw
Yeah,
rock, Poo
yeah.
threw paper.
I always throw-
He
I
always
always
throws
throw
rock.
I always throw
He
rock.
always throws rock.
Um,
I'm not scared of that. I'm not playing his mind games.
He does always
One-
throw rock.
one.
But it works
1
all the time.
yeah.
Everyone always throws scissors against him. I've already done
Yeah.
this. I played this game with Jakku where I threw scissors. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
1.5 million.
I'm going $1, man. I'm going
Yep.
under.
All
I knew
right,
it.
all right.
I'm going $1 for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say both of y'all are over, and I'm going $1. Yeah.
I should have went with just $1 million then. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
You $1 million. I mean,
Yeah.
I would go on $1,000,001.
Oh, yeah.
Really fucked me.
Yeah, you
Sure.
played the right move, Jakku.
No,
you
that
played
was
the right
the
move.
right move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
All
the
right,
right move.
all right.
I honestly, I mean, I think it's definitely going to go over $1 million though,
Yeah.
and it is going to probably go down as the most expensive video game item of all time.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is wild to think about. You know.
Yeah. Well,
and I mean, can it play anything?
yeah, it can play Super Nintendo games and it can play like fake ass PlayStation games.
Fake ass PlayStation game.
It can
Yeah, I don't think-
probably play CDs.
It can
Like
play
audio
CDs. It can play
CDs.
music CDs.
Man, I wish we could live in an alternate universe where
That
the Nintendo PlayStation happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I wonder what
want-
that world would look
yeah.
like. Dude,
Right?
there's an alternate world where Sega and Sony built the next console together too, instead of doing the Saturn. Like they had the opportunity to just make a console with PlayStation.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah.
Sony can't play nice with anyone.
No, dude,
All
that
right.
was Sega's fault.
Well, I know. Yeah. At the end of the day.
I get why they'd make their own after being like screwed over by Nintendo
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and Sega.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, with that price though, like you're gonna need some sort of deal to like save some money, and so I think this is a perfect time for some side questions.
Side
got-
quests.
We got a hot tip question actually.
It's a hot tip.
Hot tip.
Yeah. Hey,
hot
Warpers.
tip and a question all at one time.
Yeah. Saucy Kevin here with some hot sauce for y'all. Recently, Twitch and Gillette teamed up to offer bits for purchases. It looks like when you spend $50 on razors and cream, you can get 100 in bits. Is this
What?
another Jakku scam?
Yo,
TM?
you could just flip the razors on the black market.
Yeah. This seems like too good to be
Dude,
true. So
Razors
yeah,
are expensive as hell anyway.
Yeah.
if you go to Gillette's website right now and you go to their checkout, there's some items you can buy, and you use the coupon code. I believe it's twits. It's bits for blades. All
Bits
one word.
for blades.
Yeah, BITS.
the word
number
for or
four,
the letter or
the
number.
number 4, and then blades, and it will take in. It looks like the rules are kind of weird because it's like, hey, there's no actual value to these that we can assign, but if you buy like $10 worth to $25, it's this. 25 to 50, it's this, and 50 and up, it's 10,000 bits. So as we all know, that's like $100 to us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so in the terms and services, it also mentions like the most you can get is $599.99 worth of bits. It looks like. So I don't know if that means you have to buy $300 worth of Gillette stuff to get an extra $300, or if you have to do individual transactions.
Mhm.
But if you were a partner or an affiliate, it looks like you could buy some Gillette stuff and basically use those bits on your own channel to get that money back.
And then
Well, you
flip
can't
the
share on
Gillette
your own
stuff for
channel.
profit.
No, but you could create a Twitch. You get a bit
create
coupon
a Twitch
code.
account.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a code, so you could redeem it on any account, or like, hey Pooh, here's my code, redeem it on my channel.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's too good to be true, I feel like. But this comes from the one and only Saucy Kevin. So
Wow,
thanks,
yeah.
Saucy Kevin.
Saucy Kevin with this hot sauce for us.
Hot sauce. Hot sauce. He said it. Hot sauce for you.
Hot sauce
right.
for you.
So X Water and the boys. Again,
Thank you.
rated R, man.
Thank you.
Mickey has been playing. I'm pretty sure this guy is X-Water. Mickey has been playing through Breath of the Wild for that 100% completion without a guide. When he finally accomplishes this task, I'm sure it will feel like a fantastic accomplishment on his gaming resume. What would each of you say is your greatest gaming accomplishment? That's tough.
My greatest gaming accomplishment?
Yeah.
You know, MMC. MMC is my greatest gaming accomplishment. Getting everyone together. Getting everyone together and everyone, you know, like, not just that, but just like everything. Like, when I'm so lucky now that I feel like whenever I ask someone to come to my event, they think like, this is going to be fun, so I want to go. Yeah. So yes, that is my gaming accomplishment that I am most proud of.
Sure. Nice.
But that's probably a shitty answer for him. He's probably
hey, I like it. I like it.
A shitty answer for a shitty question. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna stick just to like something I've done in a game, but last year I beat Cave Story with 3 hearts on hard mode, and that was fucking hard.
Yeah,
like that was a real big challenge. So that was a good one. I probably have another one or two in there somewhere, but I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was gonna go with a game one, and then I'm like, I could do an answer like poo. I'm guessing like I gotta say like getting crowd control at GDQ and making that a reality. And like that was something that took a lot of people to get done. But like I think that's a huge gaming accomplishment.
Yeah.
To have something that big, be interactive, still fun, and work. So otherwise it's Yonoid.
Discovering the Jakku jet.
Yeah, there you go. Getting a glitch. Cool. All right, and then this final question comes from Manic T. Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. Is there anything you've done on or off stream that has a surprising impact on viewership or subs? The impact would be positive or negative. Is there anything that non-streamers may be surprised does not have a very big impact on viewership? Social media, giveaways, etc. Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, the giveaways I find are like they're number inflators. Like they don't really bring you any change in viewership or like traction, but your follower count will be a little higher. You'll have a higher follower count on whatever things you include there, and your tweet will have a lot of retweets. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And those are useful in some ways as well. Like it doesn't grow you as a broadcaster, but those stats look good. Those stats look good if you're looking for brand deals and stuff like that. And you know, it can be a good boost. So they're not bad to do, but you can't really expect to gain you can't really expect to blow up as a streamer by giving away shit.
Yeah, if you consistently do it, like it definitely continues to help, and you do convert more people to actual viewers. But there's so many people out there that are literally just always looking for giveaways as well. Yeah. But it's definitely it like you said, it's not a game changer, but it does help numbers at least on the sites.
I haven't seen it do anything like substantial for me necessarily, but I know social media presence and like high quality social media presence has been the key to growth for like a lot of broadcasters. Two that come to mind immediately from my head: Ashley Roboto and Luxy Games. Pointcrow mentioned her earlier, but both of them, like I see them on Twitter all the time. I've been following Ashley for a while, but like, you know, they have great personalities, and it takes one tweet to kind of go viral to the point where they get like, you know, a big following, and then you roll with that train the same way where if you go viral on Twitch, you get all these viewers, you roll with that train. That Twitter like boost and the Instagram boost, like those people follow you, and if on those platforms they see that you also stream, then the likelihood of them coming over happens. And I've seen the growth happen for both of these people over time. Like, definitely seen substantial growth, and obviously they've been streaming before that too, so you can't attribute it all to social media, but I definitely think it has a strong presence. But it's not like it doesn't happen for everybody. Like it's not as simple as like post a clip and you're gonna be big. Like, you know, it's you got to post quality content, have quality engagement. Like there's like sauce to it.
Yeah. For things that like done off stream, I like there's a lot of things, but like interviews, and like I guess GDQ can be said off stream for like your own personal stream. Yeah. And like there's a small GDQ bump. And it definitely depends really on like a lot of factors there, but those don't always seem to be as big as people also expect. So I think like
There's like 3 people who get a big GDQ bump a year, and then the rest of them are like they expect to get that bump, but that happens for like a couple of few special runs.
Yeah. But is there anything negative then that you think might cause like a dip in numbers or anything that you've done in the past that like wasn't necessarily something that you saw as a negative action that you did, but it resulted in a negative viewership or anything?
That's a good question. Off the top of my head, I'm a little lost on it now.
Like obviously taking days off would be something that's like you didn't do anything bad. You took a day off, negative viewers the next day. Well, not negative viewers, but less viewers.
Well, I mean, even to that, like, so the week before I got I had to take 10 days off for TwitchCon and then my studio getting built, right?
Yeah.
The week before that, I had like 7,500 subs, and I was averaging like 3K with 4.5 max. I've not even come close to that ever since. Ever since it was just like gone, 1,000 people gone for 10 days off. And yeah, it is. So I mean, that is like wild. And I would even say like the tour has a very negative effect on my sub count in general, which has a negative effect on my money, which has a negative effect on like my viewership and stuff, because I'm gone so much, you know what I mean? I travel for that. And it's hard because I also think it has I think it's a generally positive thing most of the time, but it is interesting like that. It is hard because you want to do cool things and once in a lifetime things, and you want to have these opportunities, but the opportunities almost like it's like they work against you, so you can't get more opportunities in some ways. Like you take them all in a year and then you're gone all the time, and then you can't get more opportunities. You can't play well, you can't get better, you can't practice. You know what I mean, there's so many things to it. It's really, really wild. It's a hard dichotomy, and there's not a way to solve it or anything to. It's weird. You have to like pick your moments. Like there's like 2 ways you can go at any given time, and you have to choose, and it's not always clear which way is the right way. Yep.
It's absolutely it's interesting, and you would think like your sessions and stuff would bring a lot of new people because you're bringing all these other speedrunners over to your channel for an event, and so that hopefully brings their viewers over to you, and hopefully they stick around. But it sounds like not always the case.
I'd say it's more the opposite. I'd say my viewers more go. Yeah, I'd say if anything,
your viewers because there's a cross mingle, right?
Yeah. And I and here's the thing, because it's mine, I promote it the hardest, generally, and things like that. There's more awareness with my community, but it is like interesting and a hard contradiction, and it's just I don't know, man. Streaming's hard. It wears on you. You know what I think is something that can have just a negative impact is just doubting yourself, or not having
mental
fun.
health.
Mental health, doubting yourself. It's hard. You need to take days off, but not too many.
Exactly. But you did mention it, and I think one of the like most positive growth things that might not even feel like it immediately, but is just like I won't even say networking, but like literally just making friends. I feel like like I never really had a blow up moment with my stream, but I feel like I just like really pushed at it for a long time, and like went to every GDQ, went to these Twitch cons, and made a bunch of friends. And like over time, people are like, oh yeah, Xwater, I've heard of that guy. Like we're all like I have a ton of people that I've like had the opportunity to hang out with and get to know and be pals with over my years on the platform. And I think that has like, it's already a great thing in itself, because it's like, sweet, you got friends, but that does seep into positive growth for your stream as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's a good way to put it, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of this stuff is unwritten, and it's unknown, and you guys are the pioneers of it all, and so like we don't know what works and what doesn't. You have to find those things as you do them, and so
take the Jakku approach and neg people into following your stream.
Didn't work.
I don't want your follows. I don't want your subs.
I don't even need it. Cowards.
I don't even need them. Yeah, I don't even need them.
All right. Are you guys feeling wrapped up? I think we can wrap up here.
Yeah, I think that's
fantastic. Fantastic. Then before we do let you guys go, we're going to go ahead and plug a few things real quick here. Obviously, we are the Warp World podcast every Monday, but we also have the I Got One podcast hosted by Jakku and Johnny Christmas. It's hilarious. Just go listen to it if you have another commute this week that you need to fill up. Yeah. And apart from that, check out Crowd Control. It is the best extension on Twitch. Go to our Patreon and subscribe if you haven't, if you have the spare income to do so. Look at the tiers, find the one that's right for you if you're interested in supporting. Every little bit counts, and we do really appreciate it. And get us on social media. We're at Warp World on Twitter, and on YouTube, I believe we are also Warp World.
Yep.
Yeah. And Warp World staff on Twitch. We record every Thursday live if you're listening and want to catch us live sometime.
Yeah. And I'll just run down the URLs. I got .1, patreon.warp.world, podcast.warp.world. That's how you found this one.
Yeah.
Merch.warp.world.
Oh, yeah. We got merch, too. Get the mug.
Yeah. Get the mug. The mugs. I love the mug.
Yeah, I love that you're sipping from it every episode. It's a good look.
Yeah, absolutely. But so we got all those things, and once again, the Patreon poll for Crowd Control went live this Friday or this Thursday. If you want a game that's on there, you should definitely pledge to kind of get involved. Last I looked, Contra was winning.
Oh,
that was
Contra. I can get behind.
It's currently tied. Contra and Super Mario World 2 are currently tied right now. But Contra was in the lead.
All right.
It was very interesting choice. So we'll see.
Cool. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic week. Thanks so much for listening to us. And we'll see you next time here at the Warp World Podcast.
Yep. See you next week.